Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the Heat Army podcast. What a show we've got for you tonight. We've got three players on. We've got Jordan Hunter's joining us, Regan Booty, and Stephen Wern. So it's going to be an absolutely belter show. They're going to be joining us every 15 minutes throughout the show from 8:15. So if you've got any questions for them or any messages, we'll read them out. And it should be an absolute fan-dabby-dozy show. And just as we started, Mickey, I've just realised I haven't got the highlights ready for for the goals from Tuesday night against Harrogate. So we've got Harrogate to talk about as well. I'll try and get them up while we're talking, but full interactive show as ever. Please like, subscribe, and you can send us a message as Mason has done. Evening. We've got definitely Donny Aarons. Hello, lads. We've got Boiler Sports, who's hopefully going to be on the show soon as well. Johnny Gray and Trina as per one there. So if you want to speak like that, you can do. Send us a message like Craig Hilton. Doesn't matter on what platform you're watching, either Facebook or YouTube, and we will get into that. But Mickey, say that there's two friendlies left. Well, there's not one actually, but it's a double header this weekend with South Shields. Both the men and the ladies are playing South Shields away this weekend. So we'll get on to that a little bit later on as well. You can pick up your season ticket now. And did you go to the comedy night last week as well? It looked like it was a good success, and it's going to be a regular thing as well. I think the next one is in September. So keep your eyes peeled for that. There is a social media page by the club or on that for Laugh Your Heat Off. So it's very all positive. And before we go any further, thank you to our sponsors, Northern Print Solutions, forever as ever for their sponsorship, help us broadcast, and of course Patrick, our podcast partners. So there we go. Mickey, Tuesday night you weren't able to be there, so you're stuck listening to my dulcet tones, but a great result against an AFL side.
It's a great result, and as far as I can remember, I think that's the first time we've actually beaten Harrogate as well. I can't ever remember we're beating them.
Yeah, it's always been a hard fought game against Harrogate.
It's always been close, but I think that's the first time we beat them, and for us to be beating League Two side, I think it only speaks volumes for the lads, really, and I mean, to be honest, we just want the friendlies out of the way, don't we?
We do. I mean, that would be the big thing at the minute. We want to get them out of the way, and I think I can actually get the highlights up here in the background to talk about this. So 1 second, share screen. There we go. Have I got it? I have. No, I haven't. Why is it not there? Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, it's not going to work. I was trying to do it direct from YouTube. I should have downloaded it, but it is starting to work now a little bit. As I say, it was played at a great pace, as all of the preseason games have been. It's been played like it's been a league game, to be honest. Archie May got away with one there.
He had him there.
But no, I mean, front to back, and also as well, that midfield played fantastic on Tuesday, and you are still missing players out of it. Whelan wasn't in there, Campbell wasn't in there. It's very exciting, and Booty playing in midfield. I mentioned in commentary, he seemed to have a radar. He knew where everybody was at every time.
I'm not just saying it because he's coming on the podcast, but every game I've seen, he's looked a touch of class. It was the second half against Hebden, he just looked head and shoulders above everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been impressed with all the signings, to be fair. I was delighted Jordan got his goal on Tuesday night. Hopefully the first of many.
Hopefully, I'm going to have to admit defeat here.
Just take it off.
Completely forgot there about getting it downloaded. But yeah, no, it was a well-taken goal. And of course, the trialist as well. The elusive number 21. We don't know who he is. People do think, no, actually don't. Took his goal well as well. As soon as it left his boot, you kind of knew that was going in. And but we have got some things here. Oh, apparently, we've got a message here from Trina. What's the matter, Barris? What's the matter? Cheer up. We're going to be talking to the lads.
I'll tell you what that's about. It's because went to the Cubics Festival the other day, and Television have got a song called Alice, What's the Matter? and Trina's changed it to Barris. That's why.
So there we go. We've got evening to you from the Waldens watching in. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all right. Mr. Luke put there before, massive success beating an AFL side. Can't wait for the season. Of course, I know we can't read too much into it, but you know it's not like Harrogate weren't going for it as well, and it was a strong side. You know, so hopefully, you know, it bears well for moving forward. Listening from home, back from the Irish Sea. Good to see he's back. There we go. Were there some first team players the other night, such as Campbell and Whelan? I imagine maybe getting rested for Friday night. I'd imagine maybe them trialists might get a run out as well. You know, they didn't look too shabby when they come on. So, you know, it's the last opportunity for them to impress before the season starts. And and also as well, Lewis Knight has left for pastures new. He has joined Blythe Spartans on loan until January. So we wish him all the best, and hopefully he can get some game time because he's had a torrid time. And it's safe to say we haven't seen anything of him really, have we? We've only seen fleeting glimpses. So hopefully he can go on and do that. And also the most important question: where is Steely tonight? Well, Steely is travelling. He can't be with us tonight because I think he's coming off the island and then he's going to France, I think it is, or next weekend. So, unfortunately, Thursday night, he can't do this week and he can't do next week either. There we go. Yes, you can have the last ripple. My wife has just found the chocolate in the fridge. I'm devastated. So there we go. Breaking news, everybody. She's there. She is in the background there, look, with the said ripple. So, yeah. But if y'all just joined us, please like and subscribe. If you haven't been here before, of course, we can put messages on the screen like we have there from Darren, and we want you to be fully interactive. And if any of the players, family or friends as well, who's coming on tonight, send us a message, or even any of the players, if you've got something to say about the lads that's coming on, send us a message.
Yes, if you've got any embarrassing coming about any of the lads that come on, we're more than welcome to listen to them.
That would be very nice. But yeah, no, it is going to be an exciting show. Just as well, before we go any further forward, someone's put no chocolate in the fridge. Of course, you have chocolate in the fridge. We're not having this debate. Chocolate goes in the fridge.
Not again.
Exactly. Make sure Steely wears his Gateshead shirt in France. We'll make sure he does that. A little bit of housekeeping as well before we go. Our friend Gavin Webster, of course, who was part of the Laugh Your Heat Off the other night, is at the Edinburgh Fringe, which is starting a week on Saturday up in Edinburgh, of course, famous festival. He has 2 shows on. He's got a show on at 5:20 every day, bar the 14th, and that's at the Stand 2, not far from the train station. So if you fancy going up to see Gav in that one, and you can't see him out these days, that's his new show, and he's got where he's knocking out the classics, proper jokes, and that one is at 1:30 at the Waverley Bar. So get involved, go up there, and I think he's actually just announced another one with another guest that we had on the podcast with Matt Bragg. He's doing it. So he's doing 3 shows a day. I can't remember the name of the other comedian. I think it might be Broad, but Broad, Bragg, and Webster are doing a night at the Beer Keller in Edinburgh as well. So get yourselves along with that. And also as well, before the season starts, if you are going on holiday, of course, it is the 6 weeks holidays, or you're working, you can't get there, our commentary service is going to be there. There's our new commentary screen. Obviously, that'll change the players, the team name that we're playing, of course, and date and time, and maybe the colours. But that is going to be how it looks. If you're looking on YouTube for where we are going to be broadcasting, that will be the thumbnail. It'll be different to each team. So there we go. And so we are going to be having Jordan Hunter joining us first, and we've got Theo watching from Malta. Fantastic. Thank you, Theo, for joining us. Someone's put nothing better than chocolate from the fridge.
We're going to do this whole debate again, and we
have to ask the players chocolate in the fridge or not. And Darren Walden's put, would your chocolate be next to your Jaffa cakes, David? Just because I was eating the Jaffa cake during commentary at half time, I was keeping everybody entertained with that. I haven't got it here. I moved on to the Tunnocks tea cakes tonight. So I'm spreading myself.
I'm quite partial to them, like.
Hey,
do like a tonic. I like Wagon Wheels as well. If Wagon Wheels want to sponsor,
we've had. I can't decipher that. It is spammer called Guru G with a load of foreign rating. So David Trotter's put evening all. Hello there, David.
Evening, Johnny.
Mickey, before we get on, of course, the ladies as well have a game on Sunday away to South Shields. Do you want to give some details? I think I've actually got it here to put up as well with the rest of that.
It's down at Harton and Westoe. It's where South Shields train. So kick-off's 2:00, and it's the lasses' first friendly. So you get to see all the new signings, hopefully.
Yep.
Tough test because Shields are a very good side. Very good women's side, Shields.
So we'll get a good measure, hopefully, of how the girls are going to fare this year, but obviously early doors. And Colin, well, we'll forgive you. He's a little bit late, but he's here now. Colin. What you have missed is chocolate in the fridge or out the fridge. That is the real question.
That's the raging debate.
Oh, yeah, we'll go. We've had this already as well. Have you tried the Jaffa, the donut Jaffa cakes yet? Yes, I have.
Wow, the donuts are amazing. I love them.
So look, we're going off onto a tangent here. We haven't even got into it, but yeah, there we go. Oh, hang on 1 second. God, it's all about this. We try putting tonic snowball in the freezer. Game changer. Oof. Dion Slade, ladies player as well, who bottled out of the commentary on Tuesday. Fridge, she says, in the fridge, as everybody's saying.
I don't believe in putting it in the fridge.
And we've just got a wave from Archie. And also as well, if you'd like to have a look at Archie's football adventures, we did an interview with him the other night, and he's put it up on his channel. So if you go to Archie's football adventures on YouTube, you'll see him interviewing us. So we were on the other side, weren't we, Mickey?
Yes, it was, and he got a couple of good questions in our mind, didn't
he? He did. So yeah, it was nice to help him out. And Boiler Sports has put chocolate in the cupboard for me.
I agree with Tom. I don't like putting it in the fridge.
Hopefully I'll be going to Anik Ladies versus Skater Ladies at the end of August. Get along and support the girls. That'll be absolutely fantastic.
Make sure you come and see us, Taylor.
Well, nice
catch up with some names.
Somebody always has to raise the stakes, don't they? But Darren's put, I prefer my hob, not the fridge. I thought I'd said hot tub. I don't know if that's what it was going to be at first. And I put it up and I put on my.
Unless he's hobnobs, maybe he's
hobnobs. Yeah, it's I don't know. Right, we've got.
I said that with a straight face. I did not know.
Going to insult some people, but do not put chocolate in the fridge. Oh, God, everyone's going here.
I agree with you, Mr. Luke.
I prefer it in my gob, not the fridge. There we go.
Right.
It wasn't what we did actually think it was going to be. Our first guest is in the background there. We'll just make sure he gets himself comfortable, and we'll bring him on very, very shortly. So if he gives us a thumb up, we'll know if he can hear us and if he's comfortable and ready to come on. And then we'll bring Jordan on with us. We've got Martin Defant has sent us a message. Good afternoon from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Listening with a cuppa and chocolate hobnobs on my day off. Loving the banter. Where do you keep your chocolate, Martin? That's what we need to know. And,
fridge or the cupboard?
Yeah, and any news on replica shirts being sent out? I don't know yet. Obviously, I'm sure the club will definitely do that. Not the fridge. Absolutely disgusting behaviour if you put it in the fridge. We'll start with something. But anyway, we're going to bring in our first guest. We've got Jordan Hunter here with us. Hopefully you can hear us all right. How are you doing, Jordan?
Hi, guys. You okay?
Yeah, fantastic. Right. Thank you very much for joining us and a massive welcome to the club.
No problem. Thanks a lot for having me.
Oh, no, fantastic. I'm going to let you into a little secret, Jordan. I was trying to get your mum on to surprise you, but she said she's on holiday.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So you got off likely.
Yeah, thank God she's away.
Yeah. But
the raging debate before we go any further: chocolate in the fridge or not, Jordan?
No, in the cupboard.
There you go. Well done.
You can tell. You can tell. Thumbs up. You can tell he's from the other side of the country. I was going to say welcome to the Northeast, but of course you've already acclimatized up here for your time at South Shields and Sunderland, of course. But has it been an easy transition into being at Gateshead?
Yeah, do you know what I would say? It's been fairly easy, to be fair. and that's obviously massively down to the group that I've stepped into as well as the coaching staff. They've made it as easy as it possibly could be. So I've got to really say thank you to them as well for making it as easy as you say.
What is the process like? Does it take in at very first?
Oh, say that again. Sorry, I think you broke up there.
What's the process like to take in when you first arrive?
Yeah, it's always a bit of a weird one whenever you step into a new changing room. You sort of just, well, obviously before that, you meet the manager, meet the assistant, all the coaching staff. You got Louis, Rob, everyone like that. So that's the start of the process. And then when you first step into the changing room, you don't just go in singing, shouting, dancing, and all that, being nice and loud. You just sort of meet the lads, introduce yourself. Then obviously, it's been quite easy because the Ashes have been on. We've got loads of cricket fans in the team, so that sparks a lot of combo, and then sort of just take it from there.
That's fantastic. And obviously, we've dived deep into the pre-season. We're nearly through it. Have you enjoyed the different style of football? And because you look like you're really enjoying it down that right-hand side. There was a few times against Sunderland and Newcastle with the link up with Adam Campbell, the balls that he was sending you away with. You seem to be relishing that.
Yeah, well, they both know. Obviously, I've spoken to them in training. They both know that I wanted to be running in behind. And it's just sort of building that relationship with those players that you're going to be playing close to. We've had a lot of conversations the past few days about starting to learn each other's strengths. Those new lads at the club and those that have already been there for a few years, so that we can start to bond. And it's going to be like that with the forwards as well. And hopefully it looks okay and can start to click sooner rather than later, sort of thing.
Yeah. And we've got a few messages that's coming in. Someone's wanting to dive into the dressing room debate here. Who's got the best taste in music in the dressing room?
Well, Tinks is always on, Robbie Tinkler, for pre-match and post-match. He's always the DJ. But I don't mind it on a training day when Marcus will put his songs on. Two very different styles, but yeah, I like them both.
Spot on. We've also got a message from Mr. Luke. Let's put, what's your aims at the club? Welcome to Gateshead.
Thank you very much. My aims are collective, really. We've all sort of sat down and had collective meetings and individual meetings. And I think we've got a massive belief within the group this year that we can really kick on from last year. I know I wasn't there last year, but really kick on from that and sort of, can we go one step further? And the confidence is really high. And I don't see any reason why we couldn't. We've shown in the past few games that we're more than capable of playing against teams that are in Championship and Premier League standard.
We've got a message from Michigan. It's welcome to the heat. That's from Martin. So we've got a few people from all over. We've got one second. Sean Parry has put, what's the difference between Shields, Gateshead and Sunderland? Is there any noticeable differences? I'd imagine the facilities at Sunderland are probably far superior to everybody else's.
Yeah, no, the facilities are obviously amazing at Sunderland, but I'd say the facilities at Gateshead are, they're right up there as well. I'd say the main difference I've noticed between Shields and Gateshead is the intensity of training. It sounds something so small, but just it's really intense every day, and that's really being driven by the gaffer and by Busted. And I'd say that's the main difference I've noticed so far. And
we joke about on the podcast a little bit with the word process, because obviously that's what Mike and Busted like to talk about in interviews, and everyone's kind of bought into it or believe in it, should I say. Was that a big thing? Was that word mentioned when you were in negotiations for signing? Was it their philosophy? Was that how they sold the club to you?
It was. I remember the call. I had a call off Busted. I was actually on the golf course at the time. And he was I remember just sitting down for about half an hour, not playing anymore, and just listening to what he had to say about the way they play, how they'd want me to fit into the system. And everything that they said was sort of like music to my ears. It suited my style of play. And like I say, with the process then, that made me want to become part of it straight away. And pretty much straight after that phone call, I was on to my agent to say, all right, I want to get it sorted and get underway.
Yeah, there's a burning question here, and this is from Archie Mayer. He's put, ask him why he never does the bins in the clubhouse.
If he sat downstairs, he'll be watching, he'll be loving this.
Yeah.
You know what? I did them yesterday, so I don't know what he's on about, if I'm honest. But he'd be laughing.
Also, as well, I did see a message there before. They're coming in thick and fast. There was one about congratulations about your goal the other night. You took it very well. It sat up for you, and it's the only place you could really put it. You must have been happy to get on the score sheet in pre-season.
Yeah, scoring hasn't always been a massive part of my game. I've always sort of tended to get assists more. But that's another thing that you mentioned there about speaking to the manager and Buston, how they want sort of me to be a part of it, and they'd like me to chip in with a few goals. So I'm happy that I managed to get one in pre-season. Hopefully that can then lead into the season.
Yeah, definitely.
Could that be the one for the season, or John?
No, that's not me. That's not me, John. Don't worry about that.
I must ask you, how big an influence did Wearne and Kenton have on you coming?
Do you know what? Not massively. There wasn't much overlap. I know they were both at Sunderland as well. So there wasn't actually much overlap. Wasn't much coming from them. It was more. It sounds bad, but more from you know Blair Adams and Dylan Morse, who came on loan with you guys for one game. They were two of my best mates in the Shields team. So speaking to them, speaking to the likes of John Shaw, who I'm sure you'll know as well, and Rob Briggs, and they sort of told me sort of what the club's about, and that ultimately led to me signing her.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And obviously, I'd say I spoke to you. I'd say I was trying to be crafty and get your mum on to wind you up. She didn't. She wouldn't do it though, obviously. But obviously, she told me that you left home at 16 to pursue your football and dream, and leads us on to my next question. Here, someone's actually put this: how was your experience at Liverpool? Because of course you were there first before Sunderland.
Yeah, it sounds silly, but it's sort of what dreams are made of. It was the team I've always supported. My dad's always been a Red. That side of my family are all from Liverpool. So that was sort of like a dream to be there for 10 years and then to play under two managers in my scholarship years that were Stephen Gerrard and Neil Critchley, who's now the Blackpool manager, was an unbelievable experience. And being involved in things like the Youth Champions League and things like that are just obviously experiences that not any normal kid would get to have. So yeah, amazing.
As a Liverpool fan, working under Gerrard must have been like awe-inspiring.
Yeah, it was crazy, really. You know, 1 minute he's your idol, the next minute he's your manager, and he's joining in training, zinging balls around. You're thinking, wow, what a quality player in person.
Well, if he rings you up to go to Saudi Arabia, ignore the call. I say we've got lots of messages still coming in, and we'll go through them. The Archie's Football Adventures, he's asking if he can do an interview with you with a cheeky wink there. I'm sure the club will allow that. And 1 second, Dave Allen has put, it's easy for Jordan to settle as he has me as a kit man. Has he tried to sell you any Gateshead merch yet?
No, it's not yet. I'm sure that'll be coming this season. It'll
happen. Before you know it, you'll have a Gateshead clock and you didn't even know you needed it.
And golfing hats, what you didn't realise you needed, and he'll have everything with a Gateshead badge on, Jordan. He'll take your money straight out of your pocket.
Yeah, I heard he's got a reputation for that, Dave.
Yeah, he has. It's all good. But I see you mentioned golf there before. Who's been your golfing partner since you come to the club then?
Well, we've got a really good golfing group actually. There's loads that want to play on a day off. Play a lot with the lads in the house. There's a few of us in a house together. So we've got me, Ed, Regan, Archie, Callum Whelan plays a few times, and Aaron as well. But I've been paired with Ed a lot, and I seem to have won every time. So we're getting called bandits at the minute.
There we go. That's all right then, isn't it? It's got to keep doing it like that. Obviously, I've had a message here before about South Shields, about something to do with a game last year. So someone must have been there. I'll try and see if I can find it. Something to do with Marine. I'm trying to find it, ask them what happened with the referee, but I'll find it eventually. There's just that many messages coming in.
Well, can I ask a question while you're looking for it?
Of course, go on.
Did you find out who switched the lights off at South Shields yet in their favours?
Do you know what? That was before I got there, so no, I never heard the full story.
Yeah, but Julio Walker went off in a huff and he's kicked out of circuit breakers. You know the truth, Jordan.
Mickey, we've got to play that on Friday night. We've got to make friends, not enemies. No, we've got one here. I want to ask Jordan. Want to know since the game in January, what did you get? What happened to the Marine player and the ref when Shields went 2-1 up?
Marine. You know what? It doesn't ring a bell at all. So unfortunately, I can't answer that one now. I'm not sure.
Mustn't have been as interesting for you as it was.
No, it wouldn't be serious.
We've got another message here. We've got congratulations to Golden Tuesday night, by the way, Jordan. What's been your highlight of your career so far?
That's a good question. Obviously, a few things. Making my debut for Sunderland was obviously up there. I had a few really good FA Cup runs at Shields. I know it sounds nothing massively, but they were good to be on BBC One against Forest Green, the game where Wickham scored from the halfway line. I'd say just big games to be involved in, along with my Sunderland debut. I'd say I'm a top few.
And we've got another one here. Who's the hardest player you played against when you were at South Shields?
Oh, when I was at South Shields. It sounds bad, but I feel like Shields were far too good for the league we were in, so it was a lot harder in training at times than it was in games. And that possibly sounds bad, but it wasn't too difficult in that sense.
Yeah. Oh well, what's this has say?
How did you get on with Phillips?
He was good. He was last year. Obviously, he's got us promoted. He's come in. I don't think he's managed to get anywhere yet, as far as I'm aware, as a next job.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything yet. But yeah, so if anyone wants to quickly send a message in for Jordan, you can do, because we have Regan waiting in the wings. I think he's
call now. He's downstairs.
I think he's put the bins out or collected them in, one of the two. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so we'll give it 1 second. There we go. We've got here we are. Has training under Mike and Buster differed much from your days at Shields or the academy football?
Yeah, so that, when you asked me about the main difference I've noticed between the two, that is my main difference, the day-to-day training. When I say the intensity, it's every day you have to be at it. You've got to be really sharp. You can't have an off day. Whereas I think both in academy football and in at Shields, it's been, if you have a bad day, it's fine. Just sort of take a day off, if you will. Whereas here, it's intense every day, and that's really driven by the staff. And Louis, in particular, he loves to drive those standards high.
As well. We've got one last question before we let you go. And what will you be doing an initiation song? If so, what will it be?
Oh yeah, I will be doing one. We all have to, obviously, when we sign. I'm unsure at the minute. There's a few different ones floating around in my head. I've done Mario Let Me Love You before. I've gone safe and done Wonderwall before. Yeah, it won't be anything too difficult. I'm not the best singer in the world.
I'm sure it'll pop up on social media, and we won't use it on the podcast.
Puff the Magic Dragon. That'll be a good one.
How does that one go?
Before his time, Mickey.
Puff the Magic Dragon, live by the sea. That one. Sing old Kitty's song.
Jordan's going to have nightmares for weeks now. Jordan, thank you very much for joining us.
No
so we're looking forward to seeing you on the pitch this season. And as I say, it's been a pleasure to speak to you.
No, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for having me, and hopefully we can have a good
Best of luck for the season, Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan. Cheers, thanks.
Take care, bud.
Oh, there we go. Just before we bring Regan in, see if you want to get your messages in, please do. This is what you've got to do. I've got someone hanging over my shoulder. This is what you've got to do to follow the show, and please do that. And after this, we'll come back and we'll speak to Regan. The Heat Army podcast needs your help. No, we don't need money. All we need is you to do one simple thing. It'll take less than a second. If you could hit that like button, the subscribe button, and share whatever post that we put up regarding Gateshead Football Club, it'll go a long way in helping the show build and ultimately helping us push the club to the moon. Well, we are joined by Regan. How are you doing?
Yeah, very well, thank you. You?
Yeah, really good.
All the better for seeing you, sunshine.
A couple of scandalous things. Is Jordan that bad with the bins?
It's a touchy subject in the house at the minute, but yeah, he's not the worst, but he's down there. He's down there, definitely.
Oh, well, it's awful. And also, as well, chocolate in the fridge or in the cupboard.
Can't actually eat chocolate, unfortunately.
Well, there we go. That's it. Another spanner put in the works. Yeah,
I've ruined it for you.
Yeah. We can say to you, welcome to the Northeast and welcome to the club. It's a privilege to have you here with us. Thank you for giving us your time. See, you've dived in deep in pre-season, played in a number of positions, but still being able to help get some goals with the precision passing that you've displayed so far.
Yeah, obviously it was something the gaffer spoke to me about when I signed, about being versatile, and that was like one of the first meetings I had with him. But so I was well aware it was going to happen. Obviously, I didn't know how soon it was going to be, but it's always nice just to be able to help the team in whatever way, really. So I don't mind it. You're playing football, so it could be worse.
Yeah, and on Tuesday night, I said in the commentary, you seem to have a radar on you because you just seem to be pinging it about, finding everybody in space. Has that always been part of your game?
Yeah, obviously, I'd like to say I pride myself on that. That's probably what I'd say one of my strongest attributes is. So it's something that I always try to do. Obviously, you've got to show different sides to your game as well, but it's nice for people to be able to see that. Like I said, it's something I'd always pride myself on.
Yeah. Who's being the arse in the background?
Ed and Archie are up to no good in here. They're trying to kill it for.
You know what it is? Archie probably knows that we can't get him on the podcast because we would have to get permission from Norwich, so that probably not happening. Okay. So he's been an absolute tinker. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
But we've got lots of messages coming in for you as well. Archie is. But what's your favourite goal that you've scored?
Tough question. I haven't scored many, to be honest. Obviously, I got a few last year, but a few were pens. But I'd probably go to say on my debut for Maidstone, I scored the goal to put us into the lead. It was obviously moving away a long way, and then probably say that because it led to us. Obviously, that year we won the league. So, but other than that, I won't really know where to start.
Yeah. Spare gloves. We've got a question here. What was it like facing Gateshead last season? Because of course you're playing for Maidstone.
It wasn't an enjoyable experience. Let me put it that way. It's a game that very fond in my memory from early on in the season. Obviously, I didn't play in the home game, so I had a little niggle. But up here at Gateshead, it wasn't good. I come away from that, and it was like, wow, we've been battered. So it's always nice to be a part of that now, and hopefully I can help out.
How much did you run that day?
Yeah, a lot. It was bad. It was 4-1, but it could have been 10. But
yeah,
so it's going to be nice to be on the other side of things now.
We've got in here. How was your experience at Maidstone last season, and how much did this for Gateshead, except for the relegation, of course?
To be fair, the 2 years at Maidstone, I absolutely loved to pieces. The way we had a change room there that was so close, and obviously with the successful year we had before, in the same year that obviously Gateshead got promoted as well. So, but last year was tough. It's always tough when you're in a side that's not doing well, and try and keep yourself positive. It's always hard when you're not getting results, but I feel like it helped me as a player and also as a character, because you've got to dig in when it gets a bit tough. So, but yeah, I really love my time there. Great group of lads as well that I'm still in contact with, a lot of them. So
yeah,
it's always hard, but you come away from it as a better person as well.
Definitely.
McGee, I imagine you're in the WhatsApp group.
What's that, sorry?
Are you still in the WhatsApp group, are you?
No, I left. We've got a few group chats away from football where we went golfing in Portugal in the summer and little ones like that. But no, I left quite early once I knew I was leaving. You can't really stay in a players chat for too long.
Yeah.
Oh, did they see you again big time, did they?
Oh, absolutely not.
We've got one here. Obviously, still early days, but how are you finding life in the Northeast? And who was the best squad banter? I'm guessing not the two that's in the house with you at the minute.
To be fair, I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. It's different. It's a lot colder, let me tell you. It's meant to be summer and it's just been constant rain, but it makes it easier in pre-season, I suppose.
Regan, you do not cross the equator when you come to Tyneside.
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting for a bit of sun. It's been non-existent trying to get on the golf course and just dodging the rain.
Play golf in the rain. Just avoid the lightning bolts. That's all you got to do.
It's not as easy in the rain.
So who's got the best banter in the squad then?
It's a tough one, It's a good group. It's a really good group, and it's obviously an easy thing to say, but
yeah,
we get on really well. Obviously, a lot of the lads have been together for quite a while, but coming into it's been really easy. We've got a good little camaraderie going on as a group, and obviously as a house as well, we get on really well. So I couldn't really single one person out other than saying it's a very good group.
Has there been a night out of squad bonding yet? Have you seen Louis' story once he's got a few sherbets in him?
Yes, we hadn't seen that out after the Newcastle game, so that's always nice. I'm the first one to see what people are like after a few drinks, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah, oh, fantastic. And we've got a message asking who was your football idol when you were growing up?
Steven Gerrard. Growing up, I was a Liverpool fan, so and then to see what he did with his career and stuff like that, it was an easy one for me to say that. And obviously playing in the same position always helps, so definitely that would be my answer.
Oh,
there's a pattern emerging here. Busted and Mike are Liverpool fans. Jordan and Regan Liverpool fans. Are we just saying Liverpool fans this season?
Oh, I think he's froze, but it's what a lush picture that is.
It's a lovely picture, isn't it?
Yeah. He's thinking of the that he can't have. Hopefully it comes back. We've got it's froze on us. So if you've got any messages for Regan, as he licks his lips when he looks at us,
lads must be messing with the Wi. Lads are messing with the Wi-Fi. They're killing me.
Did you see how it froze the screen?
Yeah, well, it went off the Wi-Fi at the top of the screen. Brilliant.
Well, on our end, it just had a picture of you licking your lips. It was
beautiful. It's pretty tight.
Yeah. We've got a message from Christopher Story. Welcome to the club. What's been your highlight of your career so far?
Probably promotion. Winning the league with Maidstone was massive. I think it's easy for me to say that. Obviously, at the time, you probably don't realise how big of an achievement it is. But when people say to you, you might only get one of them in your career, I think it's one of them that the couple of weeks we had when we won it was unbelievable. Just obviously knowing the way we won it and having 2 games spare, obviously the trophy celebration and stuff. So definitely that. It's always nice to win a trophy, and that's what you play football for. So
definitely. It's,
what about Ed and Wern and Kenton? Were they instrumental in your coming?
So I only really knew Kenton, and obviously I spoke to Kenton a lot in the summer once I knew the interest was there. Obviously spoke to Rob quite a lot, spoke to Bust quite a lot, and to be fair, like I said, from the memories of last season, what I could remember of Gateshead is the way they played and everything. So it was something that I wanted to be a part of. And obviously speaking to Kenton and everything he said about the staff and the lads I just wanted to get involved, to be honest. And I'm glad I did. At the minute, I'm really enjoying it. So happy with my decision so far.
I dare not ask what happened behind the camera. We've got someone asking, what's it like to play alongside Greg Ollie?
Yeah, to be fair, I've been playing against Greg for years. Like growing up, I used to play against him when he was at Hull. I've had a few good battles along the way, but yeah, he's a really good player. Everyone knows that. He's played so many games for Gateshead, and there's a reason why he's captain. It's great to have in the change rooms, and he's a very good footballer. So to be sharing the pitch with him, it's always nice. I'm looking forward to doing it more often. So yeah, it's good.
I've got another one. This is a question that has completely escaped us. It's a good one. Thank you. What was it like playing for the England C team?
Yeah, just an unbelievable experience, really. Just especially at the time it came for me, I was in a team where we were obviously struggling last year, just to get away and have that recognition and be around lads that are all doing well at their clubs as well. And I've made some good friends from it as well. Like I still keep in contact with 4 or 5 of the boys from there. Obviously, Kenton was one of the main ones that I kept in contact with from it. But yeah, it was really good. Obviously, it's always nice to represent your country at whatever level. So it's a obviously proud moment for me, and something that will help me going forward as well. Because, like I said, you want to represent your country.
Yeah, we can't read out with Cow Daly's message. But
what? Please never see.
Yeah, we'll never get an interview again. It's obviously pre-season has been quite a good one. We've given a good account of ourselves, of course, against Premiership and Championship opposition. Of course, the other night against Harrogate. Are you surprised at how quick the team has kind of all bonded together? Because I know there's a few lads that have come in that were already here last season and classed them as new signings, obviously like Stephen Wern. But it just seems to be that we've hit the ground running, so to speak. I know we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but it's very promising, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I would say I'm not surprised, because from minute one that we walked in the building, we had a meeting with all the staff, with the gaffer, and we set out exactly how we were going to play, and everything we've done is based on that. So it's going to click quicker than a usual preseason where you might just run for a week
yeah.
But I said it's quite refreshing to be in an environment where everything you do is based on the way you want to play, and I think that's probably why we've showed such a good account of ourselves in games, because even in training, the standards are so high, whether it be the people starting the game or the people coming on in the game, everyone's up to that standard where we know exactly how we play, and everyone's bought into the way the gaffer wants, and hopefully we can take that forward going into the season, because it's enjoyable to be a part of. And like you said, we've made a good account of ourselves against Newcastle, Sunderland, Harrogate, so hopefully we can take that into the season starting next weekend.
Definitely. Someone's asking for a prediction on the score tomorrow night. I wouldn't believe that one. Thank you very much for the message, though. One second. Apparently, your house looks exactly like mine. Swear you live in my street, says Archie. So who knows?
Well, I don't know where Archie lives, but I can't confirm or deny.
Yeah, well, there we go. It's one of those mysteries. Oh God, 1 second. Sorry. When you go to training, who drives you? Who drives you all there? Who drives you all there?
We just rotate it really. With there being like 6 of us in the house, we just rotate the drive. So we'll take 2 cars and then we'll drive to games. So 2 people will drive, and then or somebody might be going to do something after training. So 5 of us will get in 1 car. All depends, but it's nice because you only do 1 or 2 drives a week, if that. So it's a nice little drive into training with the boys. Have a good bit of banter on the way and getting nice and early.
In at McDonald's?
Absolutely not. No chance. Only on the way home after games.
Yeah. Cow Daly's being a right tinker tonight. I'm not reading them out. We've got a message said, did David Wagner give you a chance at Huddersfield?
I was involved on the bench 3 times. I never made my debut at Huddersfield. I was with the first team full time for 6 months, but then they got promoted to the Prem. So kind of swung in roundabouts the way things happen. But no, I never made my debut there. But obviously, when there's a team that's going up from the Championship, it's hard to get involved. So can't really look back on that with any regret at all.
Yeah, you would think that Lewis Wilkinson is on the payroll here at the Heed Army podcast, because obviously Patrick make the strips and the partner of us. We've got that there. Someone's asking, do you like the new Patrick gear?
But you know what? I actually really do. I think both the kits we've got a class as well, in terms of I'm not really a massive lover of football kits in general, but you look at our kits we've got and they're both nice. Like, they couldn't say which one I prefer, and it's always nice to have a kit that you like instead of putting something on every week and you think, I'm not going to look that great in this.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't have last season's then.
I liked last season's. I just had a bad experience of playing against it.
It was like a birth scan. The players looked as if they were 4 months pregnant.
David Tron's put welcome to the club, and Archie's got another question as well. He's put what do you aim to achieve at the club this season?
I'm probably going to echo similar things to what Jordan said, really, because I was listening in. But we've got to take it game by game. It's hard to. We obviously have set goals and ambitions for the season, but we don't want to look too far ahead, considering the season's not even started yet. But
yeah,
I think with the belief and the confidence within the group and about the way we play, we've got ambitions of doing well and having success. So whether that be starting well, being in the playoffs at the end of the season, it's hard to put a finger on right now. But obviously we have that belief as a group that we want to achieve things this year and genuinely believe that we can do it.
Oh, fantastic. It's a nice positive group, and as I say, let's hopefully the bin gate never happens again.
I will.
And also,
it's going to cause fights in the house.
When I see the next home game, I'll find out what happened behind the camera. But
that's fine.
Regan,
I've got one question before he goes.
Yep.
On the day you signed, was a certain person seen you in the ground and says you smelled absolutely gorgeous? So what aftershave did you have on?
Oh, really? That's always nice. I don't remember. I think it's just from Zara. Nothing special. So I'll make sure you smell nice though.
Say, hang on.
All you could smell was Regan Booty. So whatever
nice.
Regan Booty smells like.
Nice.
I'm going to have a smell of booty later on next time I see him. Go with the Sauvage. The Sauvage is the one. Like that's right. That's
classy,
what
man. Classy, man.
But you've got to go YSLY or you've got to go Bleu de Chanel.
Really have.
I'll just keep with my unique one. I'll save your nice ones for you too.
There we go. We'll keep it that way. But thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I hope the rest of your stay on Tyneside is as enjoyable as it started.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thanks,
you,
guys.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers.
There we go. We've got Stephen Wern in the background. We'll be getting him on shortly. Just a little bit of housekeeping, of course. The season is around the corner, and we will be bringing you full match commentary of home games. And the new thumbnail to look for on YouTube will be like this. Of course, it'll be the different team each time for the home game, and maybe a different color scheme where it's blue. But that is what it's going to be like on YouTube. So subscribe, hit the bell, and when we go live of either the podcast or a commentary, you'll get a notification on your phone or on your computer, and you'll be able to listen and interact. And also, our friend Gavin Webster is up at the Edinburgh Fringe again, and he has 3 shows on. The first one we're going to talk about here, as you can't see now these days, that's at the Stand 2. That's just over the road from the Waverley station. So get yourself to that. He's got his other show where he's telling proper jokes. Tell some classics there in the Gavin Webster style, and that's at the Waverley Bar. And of course, there is another one where he's on with Matt Bragg and another comedian whose name escapes me. I think it's Broad. I might be wrong, but they're on at the Beer Keller as well, and that's a 7:30 kickoff. So if you want to get your fill of Gav, get up there, or if you want to see one of the shows, do it over the whole Edinburgh Fringe. Right, and well, I tell you what, this man, I thought we were going to get a gun show. We didn't get it. He had a vest on, he's put a top on now. How are you doing?
Oh, are we okay? I did.
Yeah.
I didn't realise what I looked like. I had the vest on underneath, and I thought I can't go on with that one. I'm gonna have to put a top on over the top.
I thought you were going to come on Nask where the vest was, and swans are sick.
He's gonna come on like Die Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought I can't go on like that.
A belated welcome. Obviously,
Thank
we didn't
you.
get to beat the year last year. I'm not going to blow smoke at your backside because you're on with us. But the statement of your signing was a massive shot in the arm for Gateshead fans, because we were like, "Wow, we're going to try and build on what we did last season." And you coming in as the first one announced was just fantastic. I mean, our WhatsApp group was on fire when you arrived. But were you happy to get the deal over the line?
Yeah, I was over the moon. It was agreed before really the season had ended. I obviously came in back in the last season, and just the way the lads played and sort of how I enjoyed it. I was never really wanting to go anywhere else. And it was agreed a long time before it was announced. I think they were just sort of building up the what's the word?
Momentum.
Yeah, just I don't know, just sort of building up the momentum and just sort
Excitement.
of building up the excitement. Yeah, and it was obviously nice to get it announced eventually.
Yeah. Oh, it's
I
fantastic.
because I asked Mike if you were going to sign, and he says we're working on it. You know what? He's been lying to us. I'm not happy.
Obviously, you came in the back end of last season, and come in a bit under the radar because obviously we didn't really know much about you at the time. But when you come in, you just seemed to be a good fit for you, and very exciting player. Creativity, should I say? Was it an easy fit for yourself straight away when you come in?
Yeah, definitely. I wasn't sure what to expect when I came in. I knew the lads try to play a little bit, and that's all I'd heard. And I'd just been told by all the lads that I'd love it here. And then it was my first game was Aldershot away, and I came away thinking, how has this team been down the bottom of the table? Like we dominated them, and then every game after that, I think barring Bromley at home, we dominated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a strange one. Someone's talking about the decor in your house there. They're saying that the light makes all the difference behind you there. It's
Does it look nice?
very angelic.
We've got my mother. We've got my mother to thank for that one. She probably is watching now. She'll be smiling. She's just had the clicks into actually. So yeah, it looks nice.
Tell her it looks beautiful. She's done well. She's done well. We'll get her on in the season. We'll get Jordan's mum on as well.
Oh, she'd love that.
Yeah. We've got other ones here. Stephen, what was your was it like when you made your debut for Sunderland?
Oh, it was good. It was Lincoln in the Papa John's Trophy. Played Lincoln away. And I came on in about the 60th minute, and I scored about 10 minutes after. I haven't really sort of played any first team. That was my first game. I haven't really been in and around it, and I scored in front of the Sunderland end, and my family were in the front row, and it was a nice moment. But that's it's a memory that I'll remember sort of forever.
Oh, fantastic!
You're a die-hard Sunderland fan as well, weren't you?
I'm not. No, I'm from Middlesbrough, but I was listening to Regan and Jordan there, and growing up, I was also a Liverpool fan.
Oh, bloody hell!
But when I got to about 12, 13, I started watching Middlesbrough. I got season ticket at Middlesbrough, and because obviously I couldn't go any Liverpool games. I only liked him because of Steven Gerrard. So yeah, ended up supporting Middlesbrough. But no, it was nice playing for such a big club in Sunderland, and that game was one that I'll remember for a long time.
And who were your heroes at Middlesbrough?
Do you know Lee Tomlin?
Yeah.
That was probably when I was about 13, 14, going to watch him. I only wanted to go because of him. And we brought a fella in called Diego Fabrini, Italian.
Yeah.
I just loved watching creative players. And yeah, they're the ones that I always looked up to.
Yeah. Didn't Tomlin have a good run at Peterborough as well?
Yeah, he dropped down the league. I don't know if he's still playing. He was at I think he was at Walsall a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he was in his prime, he was unbelievable to watch.
Fantastic.
He played it. Didn't he play for Russian and Diamonds at first?
I'm not sure. He might have done.
He did go. I think he went up, obviously, and then obviously back down. But
he went to Bournemouth from Middlesbrough. But yeah, he's ended up coming back down. I don't know if he's still playing.
Yeah. Obviously, seeing what's it like being back in the northeast, because of course you're down there at Grimsby.
Yeah. So I was at Grimsby, and I was in Torquay as well, which was obviously a long way. So it's nice. It's nice being back home and seeing family all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, just being around the lads every day. It's good. Really enjoy it.
Torquay must feel like the arse end of the world, does it?
Well, yeah, it was about 6.5 hour drive. But I mean, I didn't really do the drive that much. If I got a weekend off, I'd always fly. I'd fly from Bristol to Newcastle.
Yeah.
But
kills your arms.
My dad.
We've seen the best before that. He's got the arms for it. So.
Oh yeah, it was a long way, but my dad would come down for every home game, which was good of him. Yeah, it was commitment, but he enjoyed it. He enjoyed coming to watch me play, and he'll be at every game.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I was actually just about it being here. Oh, 1 second, got the message there. How was your short time at Torquay? Obviously, we just mentioned it there, literally down the bottom of the country is Lewis.
Yeah.
But was I'm guessing it's a lovely place, though, is it? Like very scenic.
Yeah, it is. I mean, to be fair, I got a bit unfortunate. I was the only spells I was out. It was in the winter, so it wasn't. Everyone talks about it being lovely in the summer, but I was never there in the summer. Yeah. I went down in January 2022. I played 15, 16 games or something. Ended up getting injured. It was when I was on loan from Sunderland. Really enjoyed it. Played like every game. Fans were brilliant. Staff and everyone was brilliant with me, and it sort of give me that experience to then take a step into men's football, because that was what I needed.
Yeah.
And then being at Grimsby, I wasn't getting in the team. I wasn't playing, and I just wanted to play games. And so I went back down there. It was a couple of months, and again, really enjoyed it. It was obviously they ended up getting relegated. It was a bit difficult compared to the season before because I lost a lot of players, but overall, yeah, I can't say any bad words about the club. It was fantastic, my time there, and I hope to see them back in the National League soon.
Yeah, I think they've made some good additions. I think they might just come straight back up with Yeovil. Lee Tomlin's player coach at Ilkeston Town. So
oh, really?
Oh, and yeah. So who knows? We might meet him in the FA Cup.
Maybe.
Stranger things.
I'll ask for his shirt.
Yeah. Oh God! Yeah. Here's a tip. Yeah. What's your tips for a young midfielder improving? Also, have you seen my channel before? Look at him; he's just trying to advertise. Come on!
I haven't seen his channel before now, but I'll have a look, Archie. And what was the question? Tips for a young midfielder?
Just obviously on improving.
I think in terms of midfielder, obviously it depends what type of player you are. But for any young player, I'd say just the one bit of advice I'd always give is just believe in yourself and just never give up on what you believe you can achieve. You know, there's so many. I think the football's it's such an opinion-based game, and there's so many people out there who are in positions to make decisions on you as a player, and ultimately the only person's opinion that matters is your own. So just never really, obviously, listen to your coaches and listen to people that sort of listen to your family and friends, but at the end of the day, your opinion's the one that matters. So yeah, always believe in yourself and never give up if you have any setbacks.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I feel ready to go.
Yeah. He's going to get his old Patrick's out the boot, out the cupboard, and get himself out there
and dust them.
Yeah, but obviously you came in last year, and obviously your arrival helped with an upturn in goals as well, and you got a few goals yourself. Were you excited with the goals that you scored and happy with them? Because
I only scored one.
I thought you scored two. Sorry, the one that you scored when you got inside was nice.
Yeah, it was against Scunthorpe. It was. To be fair, I probably should have got a few more. I remember missing quite a few chances when I first came in, and I was sort of doing the hard bit, and I was missing the chances. But yeah, it was a good goal, that one, and I chipped in with a couple of assists as well. But overall, I was happy with my contributions. Happy that we ended up staying up, and hopefully we can kick on this year and sort of go one better.
Definitely. And
I've got to say, the Boreham Wood goal, what a move that is! Have you ever partaken in a better attack than that?
That was a good goal, wasn't it? It was Adams where we hit them on the break. Yeah, really good goal. I think that just sums up the way we were as a team. Really, we were hanging on to a 1-0 lead. I think we cleared one off the line right at the end, and then we hit them on the break, and there was sort of bodies flying forward, and scored the goal. So I enjoyed that one.
That was a really good goal. That
was. We've got what's been your highlight of your career so far?
Ooh, good question. I think the goal I spoke about with Sunderland was a nice moment. Yeah. But probably the happiest I felt was, I think, when I was at Middlesbrough when I was 18 and I got offered my first professional contract. Yeah. It turned out to be I only ended up signing a 1-year deal and ended up leaving that year. But just that moment when I found out that was what was going to be happening, it was sort of everything you put in as a kid, all the work, all the heartache and setbacks that you've gone through, just to sort of hear that news, it was a relief, and it was nice to share that with my family as well. I don't know if I've still got the video, but I remember I set a camera up when I told my dad. I set a camera up, it was just behind me, and I told him in the kitchen I was going to sign my professional contract, and it was a nice moment. It was emotional, but I'd probably say that.
Oh, fantastic. And we haven't asked the burning question of the night. I don't know if you were watching earlier on. Chocolate in the fridge or chocolate in the cupboard?
Cupboard.
Oh God!
What about you? Fridge.
Fridge. That minger there says in the fridge.
You break your teeth.
Nah, you suck on it, man. It's our eat. So that'll come back home. That sound bite.
That's one for the Swingers Club.
Don't put them in the fridge. And also as well, are you on hand as well to go around the players' house if they need to put the bins out? Because it sounds like they're having a torrid time over there.
I'm about 40 minutes away. But I've heard they've been having a few poker nights. I think I'll be heading round to take everyone's money at some point.
That's the way to do it.
Oh, is it 5-card stud or?
I think it's just Texas Hold'em poker.
All right.
There you go.
I think I came a card thing, but I couldn't afford deliveries. I just gave up 10 pences and 2 pences and 5 pences.
A game, we've got fridge, obviously. Thank you, Archie. At least there's some decent.
I don't understand that
one. And Johnny Grace, but I'm sure there's some highlights still to come. Stephen up the heat, of course. That's what we're looking forward to seeing. And Stephen enjoyed saying for Gateshead so much he had to do it again. Yeah, you had to do it twice.
I've just remembered a question I've got for you before. Sorry, dear.
Yeah.
No.
Go on.
How long a bender were you on when you done the Wembley message?
What was it? My bucket hat on.
Aye.
You know what? I wasn't. I was on holiday. I was in Cyprus, but I wasn't actually on a bender. I was. I think I was just a bit sunburned. I maybe looked a bit worse for wear. But no, I think a few of the lads found that one funny.
Yeah.
When I seen it, I thought, I think he's been on it. I think he's been on it since yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
You are.
God knows what I'd have looked like if I had been.
Mickey, his mum's watching. Of course, he wasn't on a bender.
Oh yes, of course, yes.
He had his chocolate in the fridge that day as well.
Yeah.
Stephen, thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Saying and really looking forward to watching you all play this season. It's been a lovely pre-season, and can't wait for the season to start.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me on, guys. I've never really done anything like this, so I enjoyed that. Thanks for having me on.
Oh no, fantastic! We'll have you back on, and the vest.
And the vest.
And the vest.
All the best for the season, Stephen.
Spot on. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Cheers,
guys. Bye bye.
Take care.
There we go, Stephen Wern. Lovely lads. We've been able to chat to Jordan Hunter. If you have just joined us, we spoke to Regan Booty as well. So if you would like
to know what was happening behind it.
I dare not think what was happening behind the cupboard, and also as well. Oh God, Charlotte, you're another heathen. Honestly, oh look at that
well
cupboard.
Done.
Obviously, not for the chocolate. Come on.
Look,
right.
Fridges are for cold meats and eggs and things like that. Not bloody chocolate.
And
the freezers for ice cream.
You're telling me. Oh, I tell you, there's no better than pulling out a cold fruit and nut. I tell you that.
That'll break your teeth enough.
Lovely. David Tron, chocolate in the fridge. See, at least there's some civilized people that watch this podcast, not like all you heathens out there.
You're the heathen.
Trina's but really enjoyed the podcast tonight. It's been enjoyable. It flew by. A massive thank you to the club as well for allowing us to speak to the players. Hopefully we might be able to do a similar thing next week and speak to some more of the new players and some of the classics, some of the old guard. We don't tend to do it too much through the season because I like keep my powder dry. I don't just want to have players on for having players on for the sake of it. It's nice to welcome new players to the club and get them into the fan base, get to know them. So it's been an absolutely lovely night. And we can't thank the club enough, as well as our sponsors and Patrick. So yeah, big thank you. Like and subscribe, everybody. And as we mentioned earlier on, the season is just around the corner, and of course the full match commentary that we provide will be like this. This is the screen that will be on the thumbnails. So if you'd like to subscribe to our channel, you won't miss it, and hit the bell as well so you get a notification when we go live. And of course the ladies, they're playing as well this weekend, playing South Shields.
Come down to Barton and Westover and watch the lasses.
They certainly are. And also as well, the men's team, of course, the first team are at South Shields on tomorrow night. So if you're going down there, have a great time. Let us know what it's like on next week's podcast. Unfortunately, can't make it. I don't think you can either, can you, Mickey?
50-50 whether I can make it yet. So I'm hoping to, but I can't say with any assurance yet.
Yeah, and Sean Parry's put, well done, David, with the you people rant. Yes, you people. We've got come on the heat, says David Tron. We've got excited for the season on comms. We've got thanks, guys. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining us. That's the thing. You are the most important people, and we want you to share it with more people. We've had a good viewers tonight, and hopefully, if we've reached anyone new, we hope you've enjoyed it. We were a man down tonight, Davey Steele. He was travelling, so we will have him back hopefully next week. And we're looking forward to the new season. It's just around the corner. This time next week, we're only a couple of sleeps away from the season starting, Mickey.
Yeah, definitely. And if you're down Shields tomorrow, start the chant, who put the bins out?
Not a classic. Oh, yeah, is that Bruce Willis on the wing? Oh, well, on that note, everybody, it's been an absolutely
fantastic to speak to the lads tonight, and hopefully we'll get more on.
Certainly will. And also as well, we believe that the shirts are going to be available for the first home game as well. I've seen a message earlier on. So if you haven't already ordered yours, there you go. You can look as beautiful as these two young ladies here, or you can look like Marcus Denanga, who I'm sure has done a little bit of modelling in his previous life. Look at that. He knows how to...
definitely a Keir's catalogue pose, that like.
The clothes are wearing him. It's not the other way around. Look at that. Anyway, on that note, people, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Mickey, as always, thank you very much. And we'll see you next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.